Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shots Fired. And we are finally blessed to have Scott back with us after traveling
Hey,
for I don't know how many months. It seems like forever. And also Adam as well, joining us tonight to talk about some stuff we like live on the Worst Coast. And the East Coast is not as photogenic as the West Coast. So there are some places that we have been, though, that we'd like to share with you for our list of top 5 places to visit in the East Coast or the Northeast. So,
yeah, perfect, Joe. Joe, so
yeah,
before diving into the top spots in the Northeast, we all live here. We all love certain aspects about it, but as you mentioned, it's tough living here on the East Coast as a landscape photographer. The primo locations here are few and far between. I feel like you have to work much harder to get a keeper here in the Northeast, unfortunately. But we have family here, we have friends here, we have jobs here. Kind of is what it is. Before we dive in, just curious what you guys find to be most difficult about the Northeast. What is the most challenging aspect of it? Why is the Northeast so tough to shoot?
too many people.
Too many people?
Just
Yeah,
too many people. And
it's
you're
gotta believe
always
it.
seeming, yeah, you always seem like you're in a massive population of people. And nature is not as abundant unless you go to real rural areas, and then you're mostly looking at farms. You know, you're not getting those mountains or vistas or deserts like they do out west. But yeah, I would say that's my big issue is just people.
I think that's fair. Um,
I think that's a good one. I think there's plenty of reasons why I could name the East Coast being kind of lame in regards to photography standards that we have. And I think, firstly, once you go out west and you see what is out there, even just at lookouts, for example, Joe, do you remember we went to that lookout right when we crossed into Washington?
Yeah,
Beautiful fog,
yeah,
trees. That was off a random lookout on the side of the road.
yep,
Better than anything we have in New York State, right?
right.
So it's pretty deflating once you go out there. I think it just comes down to all of the features they have, whether they be mountains, waterfalls, beaches. They're all grander and just have a lot more wow factor and interest that goes along with them. Our beaches are flat. They have seascapes.
Yeah,
Um, um, Not seascapes.
yeah, we
You
know
know
what you're
what
talking
I'm trying to say.
stacks,
Yeah,
stacks,
See,
yeah.
stacks. Thank you. Sorry, it's been a few
Sea
weeks
stacks,
off.
yeah.
Need to get back
Yeah,
into the mode of this.
turn your brain
Sea
back on.
stacks. Yes, they're mountains. What 14,000 feet? We have what 5,000 feet. It's just a huge difference in the wow factor, as I will say. And lastly, the one thing I didn't realize until I went out there, everything on the East Coast is privatized.
Yep,
All the land is private land. You can't get off and really find new compositions. You're kind of just forced on whatever trail is there, and I think it makes it a lot harder to come across compositions. On
yep,
the West Coast, there's so much BLM land. You can kind of just go out into the middle of the desert or in the forest, it seems, and kind of just have your way.
yep.
Be responsible, but you can go off and see so much. And we don't have that here.
No,
So I think those would be the things that come to my mind first and foremost as to why it's so much harder to shoot on the East Coast versus a trip out west.
yep,
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it, Scott. There's a good reason why 90% of the national parks are on the West Coast and not the East Coast, right? You nailed everything from the topography to our seashores. Everything is just a little bit a little bit more subtle and subdued, if you will. But the only thing that I'd add to that is just when we're talking about like forestscapes and woodland shots, it's unfortunately like the forests here I find are far inferior relative to the
yeah,
forests out out on the West Coast. It's they're much
Mossier?
smaller trees. Well, they're smaller trees, more immature trees, but it's also just much more chaotic. They're much more vines and they're just uglier. I think they're just an uglier, uglier forest out here. Unfortunately, we don't have the beautiful aspen groves or the redwoods. It's everything's just a little bit duller here, but. You wouldn't be a northeastern photographer if you didn't bitch about the Northeast. So, it's good to start off with a good winch session. But that said, I'd say that the one good thing about shooting in the Northeast is that when you do nail the shot, it's much more rewarding than
For sure.
Going out to Hanksville. You're guaranteed a keeper, but it's much more rewarding when you can come back with a keeper from the Northeast. So that's the one good thing. But with that, why don't we dive into our top 5 and maybe we can start with our honorable mention.
Yeah,
Joe,
definitely.
I'm gonna kick it over to you.
There's one honorable mention that we have. The further northeast you go, it is better. It gets better. So up there, Scott and I have, well, even Adam's been up there plenty of times, but there's one spot that you can pass by and grab a quick image, which is Portland Head Lighthouse. Great spot. If you get the light perfect at sunrise, it is amazing. I've seen plenty of people come out with beautiful images. I unfortunately got a dismal day and had to change to black and white. So, oh well. Let me go ahead and share that with you guys. Portland Head Lighthouse, right here. So, it was almost, because there was a break in the horizon, but that sun just didn't pop through. There must have been another bank of clouds on the furthest side. So I did some, light manipulation and went dark with this. And there are plenty of comps at this lighthouse. You can get up close, you can get further away. The rocks down there are gorgeous. The way the waves come through, if it's a stormy day, hold on tight, don't go down near the rocks. But on a calmer day like this one, it was nice to get that long exposure in and play with the light a little bit back there. I
will say I'm completely amazed that I'm seeing a black and white from Joe Cole.
That you like?
That's amazing. a black and white. Yeah. No, I like it. This is new for me to see black and white from you. Usually there's some magenta somewhere.
Yeah. No, I hid it from you though. It's in there.
Yeah.
See what I did? I did a magenta color grade.
This one looks like,
and then I just took all the saturation out. That's why it looks so good.
No, that sounds about right. But I will say you got to fix that distortion in the upper left-hand corner.
Nope, I nailed that. Nope, it's straight as it. No, it's not.
A little to the left there.
I already looked at it. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough. We can move on. What else?
All right. So number 5. What do we have?
5.
We have Ricketts.
Ricketts Glen.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. This is from Ricketts. This is one of the most well-known shots from Ricketts. Just about everybody takes this shot. Forget which falls it is. I forget. But everybody goes there for this one. Usually at fall. This I shot during the spring. Then there is fall, and this is RB Ricketts, one of my favorites. Anytime in the fall, I love it. It is a great place to go in the fall. I've said it before, but like summer, never go. Summer's the worst. It's spring, fall, and winter. And
hey, Joe,
the shot was.
Is that? Hey Joe, is that light coming in from the?
Is that natural? It is not natural.
Yeah, is that natural?
That is
okay.
That is purely faked by myself.
That's okay.
So, yeah. I mean, sometimes you get lucky with light. I never do. But
I still like the shot though,
yeah,
for whatever that's worth.
yeah, thanks, buddy. And then this is it in winter, and they do have plenty of ice climbing, and you can have all kinds of fun in here. But it is a trek to get through there, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's the only park that's close to me. It's 2.5 hours away. There's another one that Adam will be speaking about a little bit later, but for close reach, we don't have much. So that about covers that.
Yeah, I think Ricketts is beautiful for what it is. I remember the first time I was there, I was pretty amazed
Yep.
at all the waterfalls. And still, now I've been there plenty of times, and I still do enjoy going. As mentioned, once you start comparing to the West Coast, you get in your head, oh man, this
It's
isn't
a
like
joke.
Oregon or Washington.
Yeah.
But for what we have on the East Coast, I think it is pretty nice, and you can definitely come away with some nice images there.
Yep.
True.
What do we got for number
let's move
4?
on to, yeah. So Scott, maybe you can cover off on number 4 here.
Yes. So number 4 on our list, we have Watkins Glen. Another one in which you have probably seen the same photo over and over of Rainbow Falls, and no, truly, I mean, if you've seen any photo of Watkins Glen, it's likely going to be of Rainbow Falls. So when I went this past year. That was my second time there. First time I went, I was not into photography yet, but I vowed to not take that image and tried to get a little bit more creative with my imagery. So I came across some really cool patterns and shapes within the rocks. If you haven't been to Watkins Glen, essentially it is this gorge that has been formed over hundreds or thousands of years.
Yeah.
By a stream, and it has left these really cool designs and shapes in the rocks, as you can see with this image here. So this is all over the place. You walk along the falls and the gorge, and there's images truthfully everywhere. But as mentioned, people tend to go for the iconic shot, and I understand why. It's beautiful. It's really gorgeous. It's just one of those things where after you've seen a few times, it loses its awe factor.
Yep.
But funny enough, that the 2 images I came away with from there, you can't even really get a sense of scale of where this was taken. Kind of on purpose, like I said, kind of was trying to come away with something a little bit different, a little bit more original, and really just liked the way the water was moving through these shapes of the rocks. So that's Watkins. Unfortunately, I don't have that iconic image to show you, but if you go ahead and just do a quick Google search of Watkins Glen, it'll be the first thing to pop up. 1,000 results. But
Sure will.
really nice area. And I would highly recommend, if you are in the Northeast, passing through whatever it may be, it's worth checking out. It's cool. But again, just know that Rainbow Falls is going to be crowded and very overshot.
Yep.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, the first time I've ever seen that shot, I was taken aback. I was like, wow, what an amazing location. That must be out in the Pacific Northwest or somewhere. And then I looked it up, and I found that it was roughly an hour away from where I grew up in central New York. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, now obviously it's an iconic location, but it's iconic for a reason, right? And we've discussed this one in the past, but yeah, beautiful shot. But should we move on to number 3? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll take number 3. The Adirondacks. The Adirondacks are very near and dear to all of our hearts. I think it's safe to say that's where all 3 of us met.
Yep.
Believe it or not, hiking our way up Van Ho or whatever that was. But Adirondacks, obviously an amazing location. We talked about the topography in the Northeast and how rough it is. That said, if you want mountains, you're going to go to Adirondacks, and you live in the Northeast. It's the Adirondacks essentially, either that or Vermont or New Hampshire. But Really, that mountain range is the best that we have here. Probably the most photogenic part of the Northeast, at least for mountainscapes, in my humble opinion. And let me share a few images as well too. First and foremost, I know that we've all seen this shot. Again, iconic for a reason, but Scott, I think you and I actually woke up at 3 a.m. and hiked our ass up this hill to
That
shoot
we
this
did.
location before. But obviously, just a stunning location. It's the platform to shoot it is pretty small. I mean, there's essentially just one rock where you have this view, but if you nail the light, if you nail the conditions, this fall, this was actually maybe a year before you and I hiked it, Scott. The foliage was really great that year, and I kind of hit it at the peak, which was nice. It wasn't the best light, but still really enjoyed this shot. It's great for grand vistas like this, but it's also really spectacular for some of those smaller scenes. Dialing it in with the telephoto. I think I took this with my 100 to 400, and again got some really great color here, and shot the side of the rock, which was a lot of fun. And it's also good for if you want to get layers. Scott, I think I was with you for this one as well too. We hiked up Van Ho. Really great for layers. It's just if you're going for something a little bit more minimal, there's definitely opportunities to do that. And then finally, moody shots. Again, I was with Scott on this one. We hiked up one of the 46 4,000 foot peaks in the Adirondacks. They're called the 46ers, and this was at the top of Cascade. Again, really early morning wake up call. For me, it was 3 a.m. Driving up there, and then a pretty healthy hike to make it up to this viewpoint. But if you recall, we got some pretty amazing conditions. There was a cloud inversion, which just ended right where we were. So we were kind of right at the top of the cloud, and every now and then some of these beautiful scenes would break through. But guys, anything else to add from 80K?
I could go on and on. You
Yeah.
know, as you mentioned when you first started, I think we all kind of have a soft spot for it, and I've gone up every single year for the past 5 or 6 years now, and truly love it. Even if I don't really come away with much, just a nice getaway. It's a beautiful area, tons of great hiking, and in the fall, man, it's something special.
5 or
So-
6 times. You've only called me once. Man.
There's a reason for that. There's
No.
a reason me and Adam go on these trips together, and,
yeah.
and we don't bring you along.
I believe it.
No, it's an absolutely amazing spot for the East Coast. I mean, like you said, you can get anything from the fog lifting, the fall color, the hikes in general. They're just great hikes. It's just a beautiful landscape, and luckily we do have at least that.
It's true. Should we move on to number 2?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Number 2 are the swamps of Delaware, and this is one of those locations where, again, I can't believe that it's in the Northeast. So in southern Delaware, this year, Joe finally convinced me to
Get in a kayak.
wake up at 3 a.m., get a kayak, drive 3 hours, and shoot this at sunrise. And I'm so glad that I did. I was skeptical before going down, but when we arrived on site, I mean, I was kind of blown away by these beautiful cypress forests in the swamps of Delaware. And again, they're not as dramatic, of course, as what you see down in Louisiana or Texas.
Yeah.
Those are obviously some pretty stunning locations with some beautiful cypress trees. But I will say that this place definitely did not disappoint. And this location in particular reminded me a lot of shooting dunes, where there's no set viewpoint or
Right.
or composition, you can explore around and really kind of capture something very, very unique, something that no one else has ever captured before. And that's kind of what I love about these types of locations. I mean, I was just having a blast, just floating around on the kayak, and it's also very challenging. Joe, I didn't know if you felt this way, but I thought it was like one of the more challenging shoots that I had ever been on, because
Yeah.
you find this amazing location and you get out your telephoto to take the shot, and then all of a sudden you kind of drift
Yep.
off to the left 10 feet, and you got to kind of paddle back, and unfortunately paddling back cause all these ripples in the water, and so
Yep.
yeah, but again, I was definitely blown away by this place. I don't think that we visited at peak fall color. I think we were about
No,
a
we
week
didn't.
too late.
Yeah, we were a weekly
But
too.
yeah, the end of October, you can get these amazing conditions with not just amazing fall foliage, but also mist coming off of the water. It's when it really started to get cold out.
Yeah, because it was.
And obviously
What
some beautiful light.
what was it? It was like 40 degrees when we got there. Was it a little bit colder?
Chilly.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, it was definitely chilly, and you can do moodier shots as well too. This was one right before the sun came up, and again, just really beautiful location. I was blown away. I'm definitely going to revisit there this fall. But yeah, thanks for the recommendation, man.
Yeah, buddy.
I owe you one.
Yep, you sure do.
And Scott, we definitely need to get you down there to shoot this one
Yes.
as well, too.
Yes, I think you guys gave me like a 2-day notice that you were going, and
Why can't
unfortunately
you?
I could not.
You
could
weren't
not make
married
it.
yet. Like you can just bounce whenever you want, right?
Some of us have jobs, so
There's that.
there's that.
It's not like you're saving people's lives.
No,
Realistically.
no. Yeah, they'll do without me.
To be fair, Joe removed some black mold today from.
I did.
From,
I did.
from his.
I might be
demo-
calling you
his demo
tomorrow.
Bathroom, but. Jeez. All right, number one. Who
Oh,
wants to take this one?
I mean, let's be honest. Besides the Adirondacks, it's got to be Acadia.
It's got to be Acadia. Yeah, that's true. Acadia
Yep.
National Park. Yeah, I'd say by far the most beautiful national park on the East Coast. Not just in the Northeast, but on the East Coast.
Right.
Yeah, Acadia is a place very, very near and dear to my heart. I've been going up there for, 25, 30 years now at this point, every summer with my family. But yeah, obviously a beautiful place to shoot as well too. Curious to see your guys' best shot from Acadia. It's obviously beautiful location, but the spectrum of shots that you can capture there.
Yeah.
Everything from mountainscapes to seascapes to
Lighthouses.
nautical stuff to waterfalls, woodland. Let's see what you guys got.
Go for it,
I'll
Scott.
go as far as to say, before I get into sharing, not even just on the East Coast. I mean, we've all been to a lot of places on the West Coast. I don't know if I've come across a national park that, well, probably Olympic, but I haven't been there yet. But that lets you shoot seascapes. You can get peak fall foliage there. You can have mountains, ponds, waterfalls, just the vast array. So to just piggyback off what you said, but I think it's fair to say it's not even just great for the East Coast. It's just a great national park. It's
It
just
is.
a beautiful place. And I too was enamored the first time I was there. All right, let me share my screen, and I got a couple images that I will share with you guys. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go with this one. This one I thoroughly enjoy. This is actually inside of the park, but one of the lesser known lakes, and just got some beautiful light that morning, similar to what Adam was showing off with his imagery from the swamps. It was a little bit chillier. You get this awesome fog that's coming off the lake. Not really much for a sky, but this image I really didn't feel like you needed much. Just beautiful, beautiful morning, and one that I won't forget. And the nice thing about Acadia, there are a ton of these lakes all over, and some of them
Yep.
you can really get to be just by yourself, which was really neat. So I'm going to show 3 images in total. That's one of them. This one I like as well. I wish that the trees had some more character, but just some beautiful light kind of backlighting them. You can see the reds, greens, yellows. There are birch trees as well, which are pretty neat. We don't have too many of them up here in the Northeast.
Nope.
But just a really beautiful display of light that I always admired and hope that I can capture again one day. And then the last one I'm going to show off is to kind of pivot away from our display of fall images. This is one haven't really finished yet, but took the last winter up in Acadia. So it's a place where you can shoot not just in the fall, but the winter is absolutely gorgeous up there. Spring is great. Don't know if you want to be up there in the summer just due to the bugs.
Yeah.
But I would say pretty solid location to photograph 3 seasons out of the year, and each season is going to display different landscapes that you'll have fun photographing. So this was right next to one of the major roads that leads through the park, and it's the only one that's open in the winter. But you can get out, not a soul in sight. The water's right there, so you could shoot seascapes with long exposures if you wanted. I opted to go for some of the textures in the snow, but Acadia can't really speak highly enough of. It's a really, really beautiful place. And even if you are not from the East Coast, one of those places where I think you should at least check out, because it's stunning. There's so much to see and so much to photograph.
For sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I actually like that. I like that second shot of yours. That intimate, sort of atmospheric, beautiful light.
Right up your alley.
Moody shot. Yeah. Oh, perfect. What do you got, Joe, from Acadia? What's your best image?
Was it anything good? Let's see here. Let me go share screen. Keep
You've
forgetting
got
to
some
do
good
that.
stuff. You've led some tours up there.
Yeah, I led some tours, but leading tours and shooting for yourself is completely different. So for the Milky Way, great spot to shoot Milky Way. This is at Otter Point. I ran around like an idiot trying to get some foreground shots so that I could blend in with the Milky Way shooting up there. And it's one of the last places on the East Coast that you can really do Milky Way. I mean, you have Adirondacks, you have, Maine. Outside of that, there's not too many spots on the East Coast that you can really shoot unless you're directly over the ocean. Our shoreline is just inundated with light, so it's tough.
A lot of light pollution for sure.
So much.
A lot of light pollution.
And then this guy I took the first time out. Just really like the pathway leading down to the water. Sunrise coming through. Unfortunately, the sun was getting blocked by a bank of clouds, but the clouds were kind of backlit, so I didn't mind. Just a shrubbery just to frame it all out. And you got that nice rocky coastline. So it really is a great place to wander around. And there's so many different angles to shoot this place from. And 4 of my favorite shots just happen to be almost the same shot shooting at the Bar Harbor Lighthouse, which I don't have here right now to show you, but I'm sure you'll see it in the future. So yeah, that's what I got. But
dig it. Yeah.
I just love that spot.
Obviously, seascapes are stunning there. I actually really like that last shot of yours, Joe. That was that
Vibrant?
was one. That was a composition that I don't think I've seen from you in the past,
No.
which was nice. But I think so many good locations there. Bass Lighthouse. You can go to the eastern coast of Mount Desert Island. There, it's beautiful. I mean, so many good locations. This is one where I didn't find until this location in particular. Scott, you had mentioned those birch trees, and
Yep.
yeah, for woodland, again, it was one of those places where I was really surprised. Actually existed here on the East Coast, but obviously beautiful location here. They've I think they've since laid down boardwalk here, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, but I really like this shot. This was right at sunset. Really good place for woodland. And then maybe I'll wrap up with just a few waterfall shots. You guys know that waterfall shots are not my favorite.
You're waterfall phobic, yeah.
I think that you need something a little unique about it. When you're covering off on rickets earlier, Joe, I was kind of falling asleep a little bit. Just kind of nodding off. But
I don't blame
you. It's I think you need something kind of interesting about the waterfall to make it worth shooting, and you need to have good conditions, but you also need to have good foliage around it, which I think this shot, and again, I was really surprised to even find this location in Acadia. You don't really go to Acadia for waterfall shots, but when you get that fog rolling in, that fog off of the Atlantic Ocean, I mean, it can get really, really pretty there.
Yep.
And then I also found this other much smaller waterfall, but the swirl action, as Scott knows, I love a good swirl in my waterfall. But, I didn't shoot this one at the peak time of day, but again, just kind of a cool spot and something that I didn't expect to see in a national park in the Northeast. But so that's pretty much it from Acadia, from the Northeast. What do you guys think? Is that a good place to end it?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, Acadia is in high regards to us all, and I don't think we will come across a place that will top it on the East Coast. Truthfully.
Nope. Not at all. I mean, we do. There is one other place sort of on the East Coast, down in Tennessee, Great Smoky Mountains. None of us have visited, have we? Right? Yeah.
We haven't briefly discussed wanting to make a trip of it.
That's technically the South, correct? I mean,
it is the East Coast, but yeah.
It's definitely not the Northeast, but that's next on our to-do list for sure.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Let's go, fellas.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check us out next week. And also, I did promise you that I was going to tell you some news this week. Just so you know, we're going to be starting our own little tour company. So Scott and Adam will be helping me out guiding here in the next year. Really excited about that. But the website will be up soon, and I'll be sharing that with you all. So really excited. So yeah, we'll be on that soon. Other than that, on the next one, what do we have next one? What are we talking about next time?
We'll see.
All right.
We'll have to tune in to find out.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, guys. Thanks.
And if you do want to learn on these tours, come with Adam and I, not Joseph.
Exactly. Right. Perfect.
For sure.
I love it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.